Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. As usual, back again with some latest regarding the Super Eagles, Chelle and everything in between. So yesterday we saw a number of interesting things go down, and we also saw that more and more players are showing interest that they want to break into Chelle's list for next month. And why I'm saying this is that we saw some good performances from our players, the likes of SADIQ Umar, coming in to help his club side Valencia to get a 1-1 draw at Villarreal. That game was very interesting. Sadio had to come in from the bench in the I think 55 minutes or thereabouts uh, to help his team secure that 1 point. And as far as his performance, he did really well. Considering the amount of minutes that he got, and then just had one shot and then scored from that shot. Collected one yellow card as well, and this is definitely very good for the man. I'm sure he's going to be proud of himself, and he's also going to hope that Coach Eric Shaw will consider this sort of performances when he's picking the squad for next month. And then going beyond that, we saw a heavy defeat for Moses Simon's Nantes as they fell by 7 goals to 1 at the hands of another Super Eagles eligible Jordan Medicana's Monaco. That game was for sure really very disappointing for Moses Simon and his teammates. And I think where they lost that game was when Koza collected a red card in the 8th minute of the match. That definitely destabilized their plans and forced the coach to make some substitutions that was not planned. And at the end of the day, they couldn't really keep the team in balance, and then they conceded lots of goals. But for Moses Simon, he always knows how to, represent whether it's good or whether it's bad, because he was the one that actually created that assist for his teammate Abley, who scored in the 4th minute. Actually, this game was supposed to be a good game for them because they, started off in a high spirit, scoring early, and they were the one that actually scored first. But that red card, as I said, changed the course of the game for them. Moses Simon providing an assist, uh, completing 2 shots, and then played for 67 minutes. For Giorgio Lenicana, whose side, of course, got the better of Nantes, he made his appearance as a substitute, playing for 29 minutes and capitalizing on the one man less, in the Nantes team to score 2 goals after playing 3 shots. And we still hope of, obviously seeing this man come around. We know what talent he is, 19-year-old, and doing some great things that is beyond his age. But again, I doubt if he's going to be part of the squad, for next month, because the coach definitely has attention put on other players right now, and Americana hasn't really been, at the forefront of things recently. But in the future, it's still possible. But let's move away, guys, and go to the Bundesliga, where we have Victor Boniface and Nathan Teller's Bayern Leverkusen play out a goalless draw against Bayern Munich. That game ended 0-0, and no one could get anything from that game. Actually, I got 1 point, but of course, I'm sure Alonso and his team would have preferred to get all 3 points, especially knowing that they are chasing Bayern Munich for the title. But right now, it still remains in favor of Bayern Munich, as they have the lead with some solid points different at 55 points after 22 games. Leverkusen 47 points after 22 games. So that's how it is. Leverkusen obviously missing out on their chance to close that gap down. And you look at it, you wonder, is it going to be possible again to catch Bayern Munich? But as far as our players, Victor Boniface was in the substitution bench. He actually didn't make any appearance. He was an unused sub for that game. Uh, uh, Alonso opted to go for Patrick Schick, in the place of Boniface. But for Nathan Teller, he actually started from the get-go and played reasonably well for 85 minutes, completing 6 shots, but couldn't convert any of the chances. We also saw in the Premiership, which was probably where we saw the biggest action go down. And if you saw the games yesterday and you paid attention to our players, you would realize that one man, BASSEY, is definitely one of the biggest performers yesterday, actually scoring his first goal of the season against fellow Super Eagles brother Ola Aina's Nottingham Forest. That game ended 2-1, courtesy of a goal from Rose Smith, which came in the 15th minute, and then Woods equalizing the 37th minute. And then we have BASSEY scoring in the 62nd minute, which will now go on to be the goal that decides the match for them. As far as the individual performances, BASSEY started for 90 minutes as usual, played had one goal, courtesy of a sublime header, and had 2 fouls. And then for Alex Iwobi, he started the game as well, played for 89 minutes and had 4 shots and didn't convert any of them. And for the opposing team, of course, our Aina was in the match. I played for 90 minutes, but nothing much came out of it. Of course, they were on the losing end, so for his Nottingham Forest side, but it was a bad day generally for them because Fulham, dominated that game and came out with a victory. And for the likes of Tawawuni, he wasn't even in the squad because he's currently recovering from the head injury that he sustained, back in the midweek, during the FA Cup tie. But we'll see how it goes. More is going to come out regarding his development, his recovery from that injury. And also we have the likes of Wilfred in this Leicester City losing 2-0 to Arsenal Football Club. Those goals actually came painfully in the 9 minutes of the game, with Arsenal scoring in the 81 and 87 minute, courtesy of Merino's goal. But as usual, Ndidi got the nod to start the game. Played for 85 minutes, had 2 shots, no goals. So we have the likes of Southampton, who fell by 3-1 at the hands of Bournemouth. We had a few Nigerians who also made an appearance for these games. The likes of Joe Aribo started that match, played really well, and at the end of the day, played for 85 minutes. Also, Paul Onachuchu, starting the game, played for 90 minutes, created 1 assist after 2 shots. He was the one that created the assist for their only goal, scored by Suleimani in the 72 minutes. But ultimately, they fell short of Bournemouth, with Ouattara scoring in the 14th minute, Christie scoring in the 16th, and Tavernier scoring in the 83rd minute. So those are the updates from the EPL. Also in the Serie A, we saw Ademola Lookman's Atlanta play a 0-0 scoreline against Cagliari. And as I said before, Ademola Lookman didn't play in that game. He didn't even travel with the squad because of the injury issues. But he's still recovering right now. Started training already, but it was too soon for him to make appearance for this game. And this is definitely a huge blow for them, because they should have gotten that victory to close down the point gap against Napoli. But at the end of the day, 1 point is better than no point at all. So they still retain their position in the 3rd place in the league with 51 points. Napoli still at 56. And speaking of Napoli, they also played a draw against Fisa Delibashi's Lazio. 2-2 draw for that game. Napoli had to fight really hard to come from behind after Isaacson scored in 6th minutes, Raspadori equalizing in 13th. And then they took the lead in the 64th through Marusic, and then Delibashi's Lazio equalized in the 87th. And for our midfielder, Fisa Delibashiu, he was an unused sub for this match, which, begs the question, what was the coach thinking not to bring this very energetic, very talented midfielder into the game? But again, let's move away from that. AC Milan played yesterday and they got the best of Verona with a 1 goal victory. And Samuel Chukwueze was also an unused sub from that game. But those are nearly all of the updates from the games that went down yesterday. And of course, we still expect more games to go down today. And for Coach Shell, he's definitely monitoring these games, monitoring the performances of our players, and is now definitely knowing by now, I'm sure, the people that he's going to call up at the end of the day.